Welcome back to your daily dose of keeping it real about being out here in the Philippines. I'm known for throwing rocks, so if I do say something to piss you off, make you mad in any kind of way, man, hey, look, I wasn't trying to do that. But it is what it is. I'm gonna keep it real, man. I gotta give you guys the facts to the best of my ability. Today, man, I decided to walk around my neighborhood with my dog, Mr. Shitted It, man. Yeah, I call his name is Chitted It. And that's in the gay language in the Philippines, that means ugly. I didn't know that when I named him Chitted It. I think my sister-in-law named him Chitted It for me, and so it just stuck with it. But I found out what it meant later, and yeah, that's his name, Chitted It. But anyway, let me go ahead and jump into what I was talking about, or what I want to talk about anyway. And that's being broke out here in the Philippines. Now, I know a lot of guys touch on these things right here, but I kind of want to elaborate on a few things, as I'm thinking about it. It's a lot that plays into why expats go broke out here. And one of the main things, well, one of the main reasons why they go broke out here is because they really don't understand how Philippine money is spent. Plain and simple. They don't get the gist of it. So like today, so let me give you an example. Today's exchange rate is about 58. Yeah, 58. Yeah, it's 58.14 pesos. So 58 pesos and 14 centavos for $1. Now, if you have a pension or some kind of income of, let's say, $1,500, and you convert that over, you're gonna receive 87,207 pesos, right? When people hear 87,000 pesos, for some reason it becomes some kind of psychological magical spell where automatically you think you're just rich. I've talked to guys out here, man, and they you know how foreigners are. A lot of guys, they brag about how much money they got. But I hear them bragging about how much money they got in pesos, not necessarily in their home native country, their native currency. It's in pesos. Like, oh yeah, man, I'm making 300,000 a month. I'm making this, and they make it seem like it's this really big number. And don't get me wrong, here in the Philippines, that is a big number, especially for the foreigners. That's if you're making 300,000 a month, you're doing okay. You know what I mean? But let me make it clear, you're not rich, because 300,000 pesos does not spend the same as $300,000. The same with 87,000 pesos don't spend the same as $87,000. It's a psychological thing that, pretty much messes people up in that area. And they find themselves overspending, undervaluing, and over budgeting, or under budgeting, should I say, their money. Did I say that right? Under budgeting, or it's over budgeting? I'm gonna go with over budgeting. Correct me in the comment section if I'm wrong. But yeah, man, they don't really see the value of what the money that they have is. They don't understand the Philippine currency at all, man. And don't get me wrong, if you're making 87,000 pesos a month, man, you can have a pretty decent life. I'm not gonna say that you can. You can have, it's sustainable. It's very sustainable, very much so. So you got to put certain things in the place when you're out here in the Philippines. Some more advice, man. You need to prioritize your priorities. A lot of guys come out here with their priorities that are out of shape, and you really need to get a hold of, or get a clear understanding of what your financial situation is. All right, you're in control of that playbook. Nobody else is in control of that playbook. So if you're out here spending money frivolously, you're going to end up in dire situations, and that's not something that I highly recommend out here. Because out here in the Philippines, it's not a secret, man. It's not a good thing to have no money out here. This place is truly no money, no honey. If you don't have any money, you have nothing out here. Because you got your haves and you have your have-nots. There is no middle class and rich class. It's either you have it or you don't. And nobody cares out here. The government don't care. Nobody cares. So that's just something that you need to take into consideration prior to you moving out here. You need to. My advice for you guys, anyways, when it comes to prioritize your priorities, put your bills into categories. Like split up your money. Like come up with a solid budget plan for yourself. You got your bills. Put all your bills. Put all your money in the envelope for your bills. Then your leisure, you put that money in the envelope for your leisure. And then your savings, you know, you put that in the envelope in your emergency and stuff like that. And when it comes to your savings, a lot of guys tend to dip into their savings account, especially when they go low in their money. They tell themselves at the beginning of the month, hey, man, I'm going to save this much money. I'm going to save, I don't know, 20,000 pesos. But by the 15th of the month, you're dipping into your stash. Man, you're really not saving, man. You really got to treat yourself like a bill when it comes to saving, because if you go pay your bills, if you go pay a light bill, you can't get that money back. So if you treat yourself at the same as you would pay your bills, you won't take the money out. So you really got to put some discipline into saving your money and how you manage your money. Because if you don't, you're going to be out here hurt, man. And it's too many expats out here really, really going broke. And I'm seeing it more and more often. A lot of it is some of the new guys that are coming out here. They get a whiff of that Filipino money and their head just starts spinning. And then, they're down in the dumps. You got to be careful with that out here. All right, so prioritize your priorities, like I said, and make the best decisions that you can, man. Another thing that I think that you guys should do when you out here, or when you come out here, is limit your bar hopping experience. There's a lot of guys out here that like to bar hop. It ain't nothing wrong with that. If that's what you like to do, but you got to make sure that you got a budget to match your needs. You got to make sure you have a budget to match what your desires are, as far as like how much you want to drink, and how many days out of the week you want to be able to do that. Some guys do it 24/8, and I don't recommend that. But I mean, if that's what they like, man, you like it, I love it. But if your budget don't mix, you're gonna have some situations, because there's guys that are coming out here and they're spending all their money, and by the 15th of the month, they're asking their buddies out here, hey, can you spot me some money? And, their buddies, okay, well, I'll give you some money to help you out or whatnot. But too much of that, you're going to start running into trouble, man. You're going to start running into people getting mad at you and stuff like that. Then you're going to find yourself on the internet e-begging and all that other stuff like that. You want to kind of put a cap on certain things when you're out here. So, again, limit your bar hopping. And then also another thing that you should limit is your female entertainment. Now, again, there ain't nothing wrong with getting you some female entertainment as long as they're of age to entertain you. But limit that experience, because I'm telling you, if you overdo it, you're going to find yourself in a bad situation again. You're going to find yourself in a real bad situation. Because out here in the Philippines, again, when you run out of money, you run out of everything. And there's nothing that anybody's going to be able to do for you. And a lot of these females that are in that entertainment lane, they're there to take everything that they got from you. And when I say they take everything that you got now, they want your soul. They want everything off of you. Everything. They want the lint in your pockets. I mean, let's just be real about it. Y'all been out there. Y'all know what I'm talking about. You go to these bars and, they ask you for a ladies' drink. And one lady's drink turned into two turned into three. And then for some reason, 3 just jumped to 10. You started, you like, dang, I'm at 3. And now I'm at 10. You done bought this lady 10 drinks and she still wants some more. Like, you ain't drunk yet? So again, limit your entertainment at the bars and female entertainment. If that's something that you like to do, put yourself on a schedule or something like that. I'm not telling you what to do, man, but I hope that you can handle that, because that's wild. All right. Everybody out here, especially from the westernized standpoint, in my opinion anyway, and again, this is just an opinion, but I believe that every Westerner that comes out here dreams of having a better westernized lifestyle out here. And there ain't nothing wrong with desiring a westernized lifestyle out here. But if you're going to have a westernized lifestyle, you need to practice having a Filipino budget to go with that lifestyle. And I know that's kind of weird to say, but you like what you like from your home country, and there's nothing wrong with having it. but there's limitations of how much of it you can have. And that requires you to have a budget similar to how the Filipinos operate. Know what you're spending, where you're spending it, and put a cap on it. Because if you take a look at the Filipino people, they don't spend money on things that they don't need. A lot of us Americans, we're kind of spoiled when it comes to ACs. We use the AC all day, but then the light bill is more expensive than your rent. And you're wondering why. Because the electricity out here is nothing to play with. It's nothing to play with out here. To be honest with you, I kind of believe they're more expensive than the States. If you ask me, this is from personal experience. And I'm talking about from running two ACs, a TV, and maybe a computer in your house, and basic appliances like refrigerators and stuff like that in your house. I've seen my bills hit 18,000 pesos out here, and that's almost average out here. So I think they're kind of a little bit more expensive than the States, because when I was in the States, my house was pretty decent. I had a pretty decent sized house. I had central air and all that good stuff, and my electricity bill wasn't nothing but $230 a month. And out here, my electricity bill $300 plus. And I got less appliances out here. So kind of let that sink in. So you guys got to be mindful of the things that you're doing out here. I'm seeing a whole bunch of expats out here going broke, and it's sad, man. It's shameful. I don't understand that. And for you to travel 8,000 miles away to experience that kind of detriment in your pockets, that's a hard pill to swallow. I don't even know if I could swallow something like that. If you coming out here and you're on Social Security, be careful. You got to be careful, brother, because if they don't know that you're here, they'll cut your Social Security off. They'll cut it off, and then guess what? You have no money. You're surviving off your pension, but you didn't notify them that you were here. Oh man, yeah, you're gonna be in a world of trouble. You got to make sure that your finances are solid. You want to get you some long-term residual income. I tell my boys all the time, there's two types of money, and I know there's more than two types, but I prioritize two types of money. And you have direct payment, and then you got long-term residual income. So for me, you can give me correct terms in the comment section so I can educate myself a little bit better. But for me, direct payment is I go to work, and if I stop working, I get no money. Long-term residual income is I work one time and I continue to get paid for that for the rest of my life. So I tell my boys to strive for things like that so they can actually manage their own time. Because like I said in my video before, owning your own time is one of those things that is priceless. And it starts with learning how to budget your own money. Don't come out here with anything. Matter of fact, I'm gonna be honest with you. Don't even come out here if you got finite money. If you got finite money, this place is just good for a vacation. Just for a vacation. If you don't have money that is coming in on a recurring basis, this is not a place for you to be. Because there's no jobs here for you. You can't really work here. You start a business, 60% of it is gonna go to the Filipino anyway. And then you got to build that up. And if you got a finite amount of money, you got to run out of funds trying to even get started. So you guys need to be mindful of certain things. Being broke in the Philippines is becoming really common. And I'm seeing it, and I'm pretty sure some of you guys are seeing it too. Some of you guys have actually experienced people coming up to you asking you for money. Like, man, like what happened to you, bro? And you want to help them out, especially, your heartstrings get pulled and stuff like that. But don't put yourself in a situation like that. Y'all be better to yourselves. Be better to what you did in your life to get to where you are. It makes no sense for you to retire and then have to come over here and then try to work. Like, really, are you retired? You're not. You jump back in the workforce because you mismanaged your funds. Yeah, you still get some kind of retirement money coming in, but if it's all allocated to everything but you, who's retired? You got to ask yourself that question. Are you retired, or are the people that you're throwing your money to retired? So again, you got to make solid decisions for yourself, man. And again, what I'm talking about today, that's not the only thing. That's not the only way that you can lose money out here. But it's some of the most common ones, man. Alcohol, women, mismanagement of funds, and not understanding the currency. Don't let your head get big when you see them big numbers, because they don't spend the same as a dollar. All right, that's all that I got for you guys on this episode. Please do me a favor, man. Love yourself, like sincerely. Love yourself enough to manage your funds so you can have an okay life while you're out here. Take care of your health, and most importantly, be you. Be the best version of you that you possibly can be at all times. Don't let nobody alter who you are, good, bad, or indifferent. All right. That's all that I got for you guys, man. Holla at your boy. Peace out, bro.